Hi, I'm Rod. Welcome to my channel. Today I am listening to Richard Hell and the Voidoids, and they will be performing Blank Generation. This is an adaptation of the song The Beat Generation by Bob McFadden and Rod McEwen. So here we go.
Such a gamble when you get a face. It's fascinating to observe what the mirror does, but when I dine it's for the wall that I've set a place. I belong to the blank generation and I can take it or leave it each time. Well, I belong to the generation, but I can take it or leave it each time. Falling at the window as the doctor cursed. He was a cartoon long forsaken by the public eye. The nurse adjusted her garters as I breathed my first. The doctor grabbed my throat and yelled, God's consolation prize. I belong to the blank generation and I can take it or leave it each time. Well, I belong to the generation, but I can take it or leave it each time. Take it. And drop it in the vacant lot. To lose my train of thought and fall into your arms tracks and watch beneath the eyelids every passing night. I belong to the blank generation and I can take it or leave it each time. Well, I belong to the generation, but I can take it or leave it each time. I belong to the blank generation and I can take it or leave it each time. Well, I belong to the generation, but I can take it or leave it each time.
So was Richard Hell and the Voidoids and Blank Generation. That's a great song. That's a song I've heard before. When I was younger, that was probably one of my favourite songs at the time. I haven't heard it in ages, but it's still a great song. It would be one of my favourite punk songs. Yeah, the whole band are great. The rhythm section, I really like it. You've got Richard Hell on bass. Marc Bell, probably better known as Marky Ramone from the Ramones. You've got Robert, Quine and Ivan Julian on guitar. The band are great. Richard Hell's vocals are great. It's a reworking of the Bob McFadden and Door song The Beat Generation, which was a criticism of the Beat Generation, and I think a lot of their nihilistic kind of tendencies and I think this just steps that nihilism up. Looking at Richard Hell's own punk generation, or the generation of that time. It's a great song. A bit about them. Richard Hell and the Voidoids were an American punk rock band formed in New York City in 1976, fronted by Richard Hell, a former member of the Neon Boys, Television, and the Heartbreakers. For guitarist, Hell found Robert Quine and Ivan Julian. Quine had worked in a bookstore with Hell, and Julian responded to an advertisement in the Village Voice. They lifted drummer Marc Bell, later Marky Ramone, from Wayne County. The band was named the Voidoids after the novel Hell had been writing. The Voidoids are considered to have pioneered the punk look, the studded appearance which also became popular later on in the UK via the Sex Pistols. Hell had an energetic stage presence and wore torn clothing held together with safety pins and his hair spiked. Malcolm McLaren claimed to have brought these ideas back with him to England and eventually incorporating them into the Sex Pistols image, a claim which Sex Pistols frontman John Lydon, Johnny Rotten, disputes, citing his own existing use of safety pins and spiked hair, which he had dyed green prior to joining the Pistols. Blank Generation is their debut studio album, released in September 1977 on Sire Records. Blank Generation is track 7, written by Richard Hell. It's a reworking of the McFadden and McCune song. Blank Generation had previously been released on the Another World EP in 1976. The song is an adaptation of Bob McFadden and Rod McCune's 1959 record, The Beat Generation. Richard Hell wrote the new lyrics during his time with the band Television. They performed it live, with another band, the Heartbreakers. Malcolm McLaren claimed that the Sex Pistols song Pretty Vacant was directly inspired by Blank Generation. So I enjoyed that. This is one of my favourite punk songs of all time. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you would like to support the channel, the best way you can do that is by liking, subscribing and commenting. It all helps, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Thanks for watching.